What's up, y'all? It's draft day, and the Rangers have selected Wyatt Langford with the fourth overall pick in the 2023 MLB draft. He is an outfielder from Florida and was a junior. Has absolutely insane numbers, and I didn't think the Rangers were going to get him. If you'll take a look at this middle column here, it is for the rankings of where they were ranked going into the draft. The Tigers selected Max Clark, which was another possible target for the Rangers. They were projecting in a lot of drafts that they were going to get either Max Clark or Walker Jenkins, one of the two. And somehow the Tigers picked Max Clark, and the Rangers got to take Wyatt Langford, possibly one position below his slot value, so to speak. Looking at the rankings here, same thing on here. He was third overall in the rankings and ended up being the fourth overall pick. I pulled up his stats as well on the other tab, but just some high-level stuff. Oh, I got to follow him on Twitter. Let me open that up. 60 on the hitting, 65 power, 55 on running, 50 on his arm, 50 on fielding for overall 60. I heard briefly on the MLB broadcast they were talking about he's not like the greatest fielder, but he's 21 and played on a very good SEC team who went deep into the College World Series. They go into a little bit of that on here. He set a single season Florida record with 26 home runs, slashing 356, 447, 719. It's in like 66 games, I think. And the early injury, apparently he had a ruptured testicle was his injury, and he came back in 2 weeks from that. They originally said he was going to be out months, but he came back in 2 weeks apparently. So a little bit of information for you there. 5-tool potential, excellent hitting, great approach at the plate. Limited strikeouts while drawing walks. That is a huge, huge thing. Plus power. I mean, what more could you want from a draft pick? I believe Dylan Cruz. There was something they were saying that he has more power than Cruz. Yeah, they have him at 65, and obviously Dylan Cruz is going to be towards the peak of hitting because he hit 400 last year. Something insane. Yeah, 426 and had 71 walks in 60 games. It's absurd. He actually, I believe, he had on base, a streak of getting on base every single day of the season, even going into the postseason. So, Dylan Cruz, crazy. And everyone suspected Paul Skeens would be pick number one. 80 out of 80 on the fastball. I believe that scale only goes up to 80. Just absurd stuff. He was obviously crazy. Didn't get the chance to close out the World Series, but he did pitch game one, I think. So anyway, a little bit off topic. You're not here to hear about Paul Skeens and Dylan Cruz. You want to know more about Wyatt Langford. So let's get into it. 21 years old, by the way. So these were his numbers here. He was also born in Florida, so a bit of a hometown hero type thing, I guess, by going to Florida. First year, 19 years old. He only got 4 at-bats. Don't know exactly why, but that doesn't even matter. Then in the summer league, he went on to hit 346 in about 34 games. So I would say that's pretty good. 987 OPS. Then he gets his first full season, plays 66 games, launches 26 home runs, slashes that 356, 447, 719 line we were talking about there, walking 36 times and striking out 44 times. It's not bad at all. If those numbers are about even, you're doing better than a lot of MLB hitters. Did 9 games in the summer league again, hit 394. And then he just absolutely went off in 2023. Talking 373, 498, 784 for almost a 1,300 OPS. Very similar power and RBI numbers. Even stole almost 10 bases just with one caught stealing. Walked 56 times compared to 44 strikeouts, so consistent in the strikeout column, which is a good spot to not really have fluctuate too much. What else was on here? Yeah, 28 doubles. So he hit a few less home runs, but he had 28 doubles, 3 triples. I mean, just stupid numbers. He's insanely good at hitting. These are some of those fielding numbers. I didn't really look at them, honestly, because in my opinion, fielding doesn't mean anything when you're getting drafted to be put into a developmental system, because they'll develop you to put you wherever they want to. So it looks like he played catcher for, is that right? Catcher for 12 games. So this guy's been all over: first base, third base, center field, left field, catcher. I mean, he can play wherever they want to put him. And I would say by 2024, you're going to have an outfield of Leody Taveras, Ezekiel Duran, Wyatt Langford, Adolis Garcia, I mean, Evan Carter. It just goes on and on. They have a surplus of outfielders now. So I know there's been a little bit of like they've struggled with runners in scoring position or whatever, but they won't have to worry about offense for quite a while, I don't think. Overall, though, 1,000 fielding percentage at most positions. I mean, like I said, fielding doesn't really matter, so not concerned with that one. That's weird. It doesn't have any 2023 stats, though. What did he play in? Was he not? I don't know. Besides the point, though. So, yeah, pretty good numbers, I'd say. They got him for, one spot lower than they thought he was going to go. You can see a slot value at about $7.7 million. I believe in the first round, the Rangers have $9.7 million or something for the first round. I don't even think they have other first round picks, though. Yeah, they don't have anything else in this round. And I don't even know what their other rounds are. I don't know. Someone posted it, though, but I'll update y'all on the other draft picks as they happen. But yeah, Wyatt Langford, very, very good hitter. And it seems like he's a pretty good fielder. I don't know if I misheard them on the broadcast there, but who knows? So I'm not very worried about him. You're getting him for the hitting anyway. So very excited to see what he does and potentially how fast he progresses. We'll see where they start him off. I don't know if it's going to be like a Jack Leiter situation where they put him straight in Double-A, because unfortunately that hasn't worked out too well for Texas, but that's a whole other video itself. So really, really excited they managed to get him. I'm never a fan of drafting someone out of high school in like the top 5, but I'm not a scout or a GM or anything. Obviously, 2 of the top 5 were from high school, so I don't know. It's strange. The draft is a strange thing, but let me know what y'all think in the comments, though. I think this was a great pick by the Rangers. It was the most obvious one. There was no point of getting Walker Jenkins if Wyatt Langford was still on the board. And by the way, when we talk about the draft here, there's no disrespect to any of these guys, right? You're getting picked top 5, top 10 in the draft. I'm just saying, like, from the statistical point of view and with the opportunity you have to draft someone, that was the correct pick. So, all these guys are going to end up doing their own thing. They're going to all end up doing well, hopefully, for their respective franchises. And you never want to see anyone do bad. So, yeah, let me know what y'all think. And hopefully we'll see Wyatt Langford sooner than later. But until then, I'll talk to y'all later.